What is up, you guys? It's Eddie, the guy who is always reading, and I'm back again with yet another book that I just finished reading. This book is called 10 by Gretchen McNeil. Now, before I start this whole thing, I want to give a huge shout out to Eloise, who bought me this book here as a gift for Christmas last year. I really did enjoy it. Thank you so much. Now, this book here was published in September 18th, 2012, and the plot, without giving any spoilers, without ruining anything for those who want to read it, the plot is about this. The protagonist is called Meg, and she has a friend called Minnie. They basically go to a party they were invited to, and it's a house party, and this house party is at an island, a secluded island. And what starts as a regular house party turns into a crime scene. At the beginning of the story, there are 10 people who are at this house party, and eventually they begin to die out, and there's obviously a murderer in the house. If that sounds very familiar to you, that is because that is exactly what happens in And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. Now, for those who don't know, I read this book. It was actually my first fiction book I read on this channel, and I absolutely loved And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. It was one of my favorite. I believe it was the only 10 out of 10 book I've read yet. This book has mystery, it has obviously drama, it has everything, and the way that Agatha Christie writes is phenomenal. I love her writing. But talking about 10, right? It's very similar to Agatha Christie's And Then There Were None. I will say that it's more oriented towards a younger audience, right? Teenagers. Consider this a thriller book, a mystery. There's tons of drama. If you like drama, this is the book you want to read. There's a lot of suspense, and most importantly, there is a plot twist at the end of the book. Now, that's all I'm going to say about what the book contains, because I don't want to ruin it for those who want to read it. But if you like these type of books, mystery, thriller, drama-filled books, I guess there's a little bit of romance in there between some characters. This is definitely a book you want to read. Get your hands on and start reading. Now, if I had to rate it out of 10, and I thought this through, I would give this book an 8 out of 10. Her writing style was nice. It was simple. It was really easy and fun to read. Of course, the ending had a plot twist. I personally was shocked to find out who it was. The plot, it's nothing new, obviously, because there's been a book already like this, and there's probably a lot of books out there that deal with 10 people in a house and they all start dying. So the plot, not something crazy. It's definitely intriguing. It's a page turner. At the end of every chapter, something happened that made you want to read the next chapter, and it was just constant. You constantly wanted to read and find out what happened. The characters felt authentic. They felt real. They're teenagers in the book, and I feel like they acted appropriately to what I would think a teenager would act, right? There's a lot of jealousy, a lot of, like I said, drama. For those who haven't read the book, I am giving you a spoiler alert. I'm going to talk about things that happen in the book that are going to ruin the book for you. So if you haven't read the book and you want to, come back later and watch it. But here is the spoiler alert. The first thing I want to talk about is the fact that I did not think it was going to be Ben. Straight up. I thought it was going to be TJ and Minnie, who are working together to kill off everyone, and so that they can live, I guess, happily together. That was my idea. That's where I was thinking, probably towards the middle of the book. But when it turned out to be Ben, when I thought back, it made sense, because Ben's body was missing when they checked up on it again, and there was a lot of factors that kind of point towards Ben, but it wasn't obvious. Now, Minnie was annoying me throughout the book. I just wanted Minnie to just disappear. Let's just put it that way, because she was being too much in the story. I mean, I kind of began to feel annoyed by her, but the way she died, And the fact that she died got me sad because I was like, damn, her best friend really died. And in the manner she got her throat slit. And that's what shocked me the most, is that even Minnie, Meg's best friend, died. Because in most books, everything has a happy ending and everyone is safe. But the fact that her friend died was kind of shocking to me. I like that Gretchen McNeil did something like that made it more realistic. Another thing I loved about the book was the tension between the characters, the drama between the characters. You can tell right off the bat that they began not liking each other. They started to get annoyed by one another. Minnie, she was being the most annoying out of all of them. But, you had all these other characters like Vivian, who was very just over the top with things, demanding people. And then you got Nathan, who was just being an asshole to everyone else. So I did like that drama, that tension between the characters. I felt like that made the book more interesting. It made it more realistic. It just made it easier to read. It made it fun. That was all I want to talk about this book. I really love this book. Honestly, I didn't expect much about this book. I guess I was judging a book by its cover, but I did enjoy this book. I actually enjoyed this book. Once again, thank you so much to Eloise, who bought me this book. Thank you so much to Gretchen McNeil, who wrote this book. Thank you so much. It was phenomenal. I loved it. And also, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time I finish a book.